In the vast and colorful world of plant nutrition, flavonoids are the unsung backup singers with the voice of a lead. You don't see them headlining on supplement bottles nearly as often as vitamin D or omega-3s, but their impact on cardiovascular and metabolic health, especially in aging populations, is nothing short of astonishing. Found in everything from berries and onions to green tea and red wine, flavonoids like quercetin, anthocyanins, and catechins are quietly reshaping the conversation around longevity, oxidative stress, and the aging heart. They're the biochemical equivalent of a low-key jazz trio, subtle, sophisticated, but profoundly therapeutic. Let's start with the star of the garden, quercetin. This yellow pigment found in apples, capers, onions, and kale does a lot more than give plants their color. It acts as a powerful antioxidant, neutralizing free radicals before they can scuff up your endothelial lining or provoke DNA-damaging inflammation. Quercetin isn't just a free radical scavenger, though. It also exhibits anti-inflammatory, antithrombotic, and even mild antihistamine effects. In the context of cardiovascular aging, that's a full tool belt. As we age, oxidative stress becomes a persistent and nagging villain, slowly degrading vascular elasticity and nudging the endothelium into a pro-inflammatory, pro-clotting state. Quercetin helps turn down this inflammation and upregulates endothelial nitric oxide synthase, eNOS, promoting better vasodilation and smoother blood flow. Several human trials have hinted at reduced blood pressure in hypertensive subjects who supplement with quercetin, though results are dose and duration dependent. And while we're still waiting on definitive long-term trials in humans, cohort studies suggest that flavonoid-rich diets are linked to lower all-cause and cardiovascular mortality, especially in the elderly. Now, let's move to the splashy ones, anthocyanins, the pigments that give berries, red cabbage, and purple corn their vibrant hues. You might think of them as nature's Photoshop filter, brightening your plate while quietly brightening your arteries. These compounds have been shown to reduce LDL oxidation, one of the key early steps in atherosclerosis. By preventing this oxidation, anthocyanins may slow the formation of arterial plaques that restrict blood flow and cause heart attacks. More than that, anthocyanins improve HDL functionality, which matters more than just having a high HDL number. Functional HDL can ferry cholesterol away from arteries more efficiently, a feature that's been shown to decline with age. In aging populations, anthocyanins seem to exert a kind of vascular rejuvenation effect. Studies have shown improved arterial stiffness metrics and reductions in C-reactive protein, CRP, a key marker of systemic inflammation. They also support microvascular circulation, which is often neglected in cardiovascular discussions, but becomes increasingly important with age for maintaining cognition, kidney function, and tissue oxygenation. In other words, anthocyanins might just be the plant kingdom's version of a cardiovascular spa day, gentle, restorative, and a little bit indulgent. Then there's the darling of tea drinkers everywhere, catechins, most famously found in green tea. EGSG, epigallocatechin gallate, the marquee catechin, is one of the most extensively studied polyphenol on Earth, and for good reason. Catechins have been shown to reduce LDL cholesterol, blood pressure, and oxidative stress markers, while also improving insulin sensitivity. Aging individuals often experience a trifecta of metabolic slowdowns: rising inflammation, worsening glucose tolerance, and stiffening arteries. Catechins appear to nudge each of these in the right direction. What's particularly fascinating is how catechins interact with mitochondria, the powerhouses of your cells that tend to sputter with age. EGSG seems to promote mitochondrial biogenesis and reduce mitochondrial ROS, reactive oxygen species, generation, meaning not only does it mop up existing oxidative messes, but it also helps prevent future ones. This isn't just heart healthy, it's cellular anti-aging at its finest. What ties all these flavonoids together is their impact on systemic inflammation and oxidative balance, two central drivers of aging and cardiovascular decline. When flavonoid intake is high, especially from whole foods, you see downstream improvements in everything from arterial compliance to glycemic control to cognitive function. It's not magic, it's metabolic modulation, elegant, efficient, and evolutionarily compatible. And here's the kicker. These benefits seem to be most pronounced in aging populations. As we grow older, our endogenous antioxidant defenses, like glutathione and superoxide dismutase, decline. That's when flavonoids step in as backup reinforcements, bolstering the antioxidant army and modulating inflammatory gene expression. In effect, they act as buffers against age-accelerating stressors, supporting not just cardiovascular integrity, but whole-body resilience. That's why large observational studies have consistently found that diets rich in flavonoids are associated with lower all-cause mortality. The Epic Norfolk and Nurses Health Study, among others, have shown that higher flavonoid intake correlates with a reduced risk of heart disease, stroke, and even cancer. And while we're always cautious not to confuse correlation with causation, the mechanisms are compelling, the patterns are consistent, and the side effects are virtually non-existent, unless you count a healthy glow and a taste for blueberries. In the end, flavonoids aren't just extras in the nutritional story. They're central characters in the plot of healthy aging. They don't offer the flashy promises of biohacked miracle molecules, but what they do offer is scientifically grounded, deeply supportive, and joyfully abundant in foods you actually enjoy. So go ahead, pour that tea, pile on those berries, and don't skimp on the colorful veggies. Your heart and every mitochondrion in your body will thank you for it.